Have you forgiven your past partners? Have you forgiven your past relationships? This is a very good question. Very important. So I am Fox Red Sky. I am your cosmic love expert. I've learned astrology for 27 years, tarot, and I am in a very healthy, conscious relationship. I'm happy.
I'll be the one by your side through the good and the hard times when we're laughing.
You today. Have you forgiven your past partners, your exes? Oh my God. Oh no. Now this is so beautiful and so important for yourself, for your peace of mind, for so many reasons. I can't even explain it all in one video, how important it is. What we don't realize is that by not forgiving our partners, by not acknowledging our part in that partnership and being the victim always, we are holding on to that resentment, and we're basically saying we're carrying it on into the next relationship, which can ultimately sabotage potentially beautiful relationships, beautiful connections, because we are allowing the poison from the past to be in our present, to be in our heart, to be in our mind, to be in our peace, stilling it. And it's hard. It is so hard sometimes to forgive. Sometimes that line that was crossed, is beyond acceptable. And I'm not ever saying that anything that your partner did or said was right. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I'm saying is for you to be able to get the conscious love you deserve, to get the relationship you deserve, we gotta forgive these people back here. And it's hard sometimes, but it's very beautiful, and it's a very necessity to attract the correct relationship, because one of two things are going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. If you choose not to forgive, if you choose to live in that resentment, you either will draw the same relationship over and over, or you will draw the relationship that you've been wanting, but you will poison it from the resentment of the previous relationships. It's just the way it is, On a very unconscious level, we are all connected. We are all connected, and we, I'm speaking from experience. I've had narcissist relationships where they've poisoned people against me, where they've tried to sabotage me every single step of the way. I know what it feels like to live in fear. My mother was beaten to the inch of her life in multiple relationships. I never allowed myself to be physically abused. I was emotionally abused in several of my relationships, but I never was going to allow myself to be physically abused. And I thank Creator somehow, some way, that I never got that. But I watched my sister, I watched my aunt, I watched my mother. So I know what it's like to be in a toxic, abusive relationship where the partner, the other person, where their shadow has come out so much that the things that you were attracted to them, that you loved about them, you can't even differentiate. Like, is this the real person that I fell in love with? But there was some light inside of that person. There was something in them that drew you to them. And it might have been the sore, that might have been the wound, and their woundedness was a trigger for your woundedness. Now, why is it so important to forgive? Because when you forgive the beater, the naysayer, the narcissist, the stalker, all those things, when you forgive, you allow yourself freedom. And you allow yourself room to draw the correct energy, to draw the right person, the right situation. When we're still living in the past, we're not allowing ourselves to even be present. When we still have that resentment there, we're not allowing ourselves to even pay attention to all the nuances of a beautiful brand new relationship or a beautiful brand new person, because we're still in that back of our mind. We're still living with that resentment, like a little demon on our back, just holding on, like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. And there's a little thing on your back shoulder. It's called resentment, resolved problems. Now, whether the person you forgive forgives you or even acknowledges anything, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you forgive that person, not forget, and you let it go. And you step into your future self. You step into the being that is going to draw the most magnificent person to you, who has also done the work, who's also healed themselves, who's also let go of their baggage. Isn't that so much more beautiful and magnificent and tasty? I want to take a moment right now. And I want us to forgive all of those who've harmed us. Forgive them. Let them go. Wherever they were in their spiritual evolution, they were there. We drew it into our lives. We said yes. We didn't say our boundaries were here. We didn't tell them our wants or needs. I also want to forgive ourselves too, because sometimes, fool me once, shame on me. She fooled me twice. Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah. Sometimes we haven't forgiven ourselves too. So that's another key component in attracting the relationship that we need in our lives, is forgiving ourselves for playing the fool. So I wish nothing but beautiful, amazing wedding bells and happiness, and just manifesting the most conscious, radiant, beautiful love that the world has ever seen. And I send you all my love, by the way, wherever you are in the world. I send it to you. So thank you for listening. I'll talk to you soon.
By your side, through the good and the hard times, when we're laughing, when we're hurting, I'll be the one that you